Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Collar X Malice. Now we have officially met all 5 of the romanceable guys in this game, and we're talking to the last one that we met, who's actually not a member of the detective agency like the other guys, but he's assigned to protect them, so he's kind of a bit of an outsider instead. And he's not exactly privy to their secrets, but he's very intent on walking us home at the moment, and we don't want him to. Let's see if we can shake him. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. No need to be shy about it. Come on, let's go. He took my hand and began to walk. He's more stubborn than I expected. What should I do? I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Kei Okazaki. I know that already. Naturally, I didn't say that out loud. For certain reasons, I come to that detective agency often. I also know that. While silently replying to him, I start to wonder what I should do about the situation. It was a good thing that my coat hid my gun. If it weren't for that, he would have realized I was a police officer. Maybe he's already noticed because maybe his situational awareness is better than ours. No matter how many times I told him I didn't need an escort, he wouldn't listen. Before I realized it, we'd made it right next to my apartment. Even though I didn't ask him anything, he kept talking about the detective agency along the way. You're just spilling the beans left and right even if I don't try, huh? Don't worry, they're all really good, so I'm sure they'll take care of your request. I see. Well, they're all former police, so they probably are pretty good. They're all honest and strong, and I'm sure you'll realize that too once you get to know them better. I was a bit concerned about just what might be the reason for the gently smiling Okazaki to act as their bodyguard. I'm curious too. We're here. Even if I tried pointing to a different building to fool him, if he followed me, he'd find out the truth. So he ended up actually walking me home. Okay, see you again. Again, huh? If possible, I didn't want to associate with him too much. But if he's patrolling the area around the detective agency, then I'd likely end up meeting him again if I go there. Speaking of which, if you think about it, he also could have left that letter there, right? Since he's in the police, it also would have been possible for him to mix in the letter with the documents. If he can climb in through the window, he could have left the second letter there too. Another suspect. Well then, bye-bye. Alright, thank you. I stared at his back intently as he left. From the way he spoke, it seems like he knows a lot about Yanagi and the others. And you could say it's natural since they're the people he's supposed to guard, but SPs are only assigned to a very limited group of people. With violent incidents occurring one after another, there must be people more in need of protection than them. So why did they assign the bodyguard to Yanagi and the other guys of all people? Something just seems fishy about it. As long as there's doubt about that, I can't trust him, even though he's a police officer as well. At any rate, if we think about that first letter, it's possible that someone from the police is involved in this, or that there's a spy. Why me? Even though it was pointless to worry about this now, questions filled my head.
She is our confidant, as well as someone who might possess qualities necessary to follow in our footsteps. As such, we urge you to take good care of her.
Confidant? I couldn't even imagine any of my friends calling me that, let alone Yanagi or Okazaki. I don't have any recollection of being called a confidant by someone who'd committed such heinous crimes. Who put this collar on me? What are they planning? I don't know anything. Even though I'd made it back home, instead of changing, I sat on my bed and began to think. What should I do now? Too many things have been happening at once, and it feels like I was going crazy. You were here. Bio, Kazuki Hoshino, 18, third-year student at Kotomine Academy. Kazuki. The person who had come into the living room was my younger brother Kazuki. According to the clock, it was now 7 in the morning, exactly the time when Kazuki gets up. Good morning. Sorry, I didn't make breakfast. I don't need it. More importantly, are you going to be home today? No, I'm going back to work after I rest up a bit. I have something to do in the evening, too, so I'll probably be late again. Ah, the absentee big sister. I see. With a short reply, he left the living room. Angsty teen. Normally, I would have said I'd make breakfast soon and try to make him eat it, but today I don't have the energy to do that. To tell the truth, I was too preoccupied with what was happening to me. I have to sleep at least a little bit. But can you? Unable to find the will to do anything else, I collapsed onto the bed and closed my eyes. But for some reason, the sleep never came. In the end, I hadn't even slept a wink until the time I had to leave for work. I guess we didn't have any sleeping pills around. Because I'd pretty much pulled an all-nighter, I kept making mistakes at work. Mochida-senpai told me to go home early, and I made my way to the station in a stupor. There's still time until I'm supposed to meet with Saiki. I'll just cancel Saiki, go home and try to sleep, woman. I wondered if there were some places I could kill some time around the bar we're meeting at. Hey. But seriously, today was a complete failure. I ended up causing Mochida-senpai trouble too. Huh? She didn't hear me. Hey. Today, when I go to the detective agency, I'm also going to decide what to do from now on. Whoa. Ah! You finally noticed me. Did you just scare me on purpose? You didn't hear me calling you before? Huh? Okazaki? Sorry, I was lost in thought. Even though we'd parted ways this morning, I wasn't expecting to meet him here like this. He really does keep turning up when you least expect him to. Hey, would you go to that park to have a little chat? Huh? Chat? I had no idea what to think of the sudden invitation. Since he's from the police, if I say too much and he ends up suspecting me, it'd be troublesome. I should say that I'm sorry, but I can't. Then let's go. You can't? I actually have plans later. So we can't talk even a little? He was looking at me like a lost puppy, and my resolve to decline his invitation began to falter. Oh, not the puppy dog eyes. No, it's okay. Great. Well then, let's go. He took my hand as if that was the natural thing to do, and I realized that I could no longer run. He's got us. This park used to be full of kids playing. Now people under 20 who don't have guns are escorted home by adults. Since you have no idea what might happen, most parents don't let their children play outside. That was why the park was empty. Let's sit here. Okay. What are we going to talk about anyway? We sat down on the bench, but it didn't seem like he was going to speak anytime soon. So I didn't say anything either, and just observed the empty park. Suddenly, I felt a weight on my shoulder. When I looked in that direction, getting a little touchy-feely a little early, aren't you, Kay? He's sleeping? What? Seriously? He's not pretending or something? He's so cute, though. I continued to observe him for a bit, and by all means it seemed like he was really asleep. Falling asleep in a split second in a place like this, was he really an SP? What should I do? I can't move like this. Or actually, I couldn't bear to wake him up when he was looking this happy. He doesn't look happy, he just looks peaceful to me. From what I've heard, the job of an SP is unforgiving, so maybe he's sleep-deprived. If it's just for a little bit. How long's it been? Maybe he'd wake up if I waited for a moment. So, thinking that, I stayed put for a little while. He showed absolutely no signs of waking up. It's already been half an hour. It's getting uncomfortable staying in the same position. I feel a bit sorry for him, but let's try waking him up. Okazaki? Wake up! The sun's already setting. Okazaki! Oh, that face! Huh? Is it morning already? He finally sluggishly opened his eyes. No, it's evening. Hmm? Oh, right. I was with you. For some reason, he made no effort to lift his head from my shoulder, and then he laughed softly, his face lit up with happiness. Oh, so cute! I'm so glad. So you weren't a bad person, just as I thought. Oh my god, between him and Shiraishi. Huh? Since I was able to relax and sleep like that. His voice sounded like he was happy from the bottom of his heart. It felt incredibly warm. I'm not really sure what happened, but it seems like he's thanking me. If you were able to at least rest a little, then I'm glad. Thank you. You really are a kind person. Well then, as for that thing you wanted to talk about... Talk? Oh, right. Come to think of it, what was your name again? That's... Since I wanted to avoid him as much as possible, it would be best not to give him my real name. It would be too suspicious not to tell him my name at all, though. This morning, Takeru called you stupid kitten, so... Huh? This morning? Yep, that time. Does he mean that time? It's not really surprising that he was there, given that he patrols the area, but I didn't notice him there at all. That's because he's actually good at his job, apparently. Maybe your name is Kitten? It's a strange name, isn't it? Something like that. I see. So, can I call you Miss Kitten? Yes. Well then. Okay. So, from now on, I'll call you that. Miss Kitten sounds kinda cute. This conversation is turning weird. Well, I guess I can just think of it as a nickname. At any rate, you don't seem like someone who could lie. Is that so? Just as I thought. Ugh, maybe he's realized it's not my real name. You think? I think he knew that from the beginning. It hurts my heart a bit since he's a fellow police officer, but Adonis is most likely also hearing this conversation. If I told him the truth, it's possible he would also be in danger, not just me. With this in mind, I gripped both of my palms tightly. Everyone has something they want to hide. Huh? I'm talking about hiding something to protect someone. Lies meant to hurt someone are different. I understand that. You're a person that can't lie, so your lies can't hurt someone. Okazaki. His words and tone were free of hesitation, as if he'd seen through everything already. I was still conflicted, but more than that, I felt my heart become a bit lighter. You know, I like honest people like you, because I can't be like that. What do you mean you can't be like that? You can't be honest at all? Does that mean your personality out this far has all been a lie? But you seem so cute and sweet. I don't want that to be a lie. Well, we'll find out eventually. Probably not until the game actually comes out in English, unfortunately. But we still have more to do with the intro. I'm not sure how far, but, we got at least a couple. So hope to see you there or in some of my other videos, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.